Let's see the hairline right now.
I wish I could say it stopped here.
Take off the headphones. Oh. Yeah. Mine's honestly probably not much worse.
Hairline reveals. Everyone's doing hairline reveals.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another special episode of the Third Hump. We're finally calling it the Third Hump now.
Oh, I thought it was the third mic.
No! It's always been the Third Hump.
Oh, I thought I
episode.
wanted the third hump, and you said the third mic.
No.
Okay.
Every episode, you say the third mic, and I had to correct you.
We'll
this
get it
is
right
the
one day.
Third Hump, and we have a very special guest. We had one friend on before. We had Ethan's grandfather. Now we have another very special friend of the Camel's ego, and that is Ian Meschter.
Yes, sir.
He has made it on. He's been wanting to be on. Kyle was pushing for it. He got on. Ian's been pushing. So just let us know if you want to be on. It's pretty easy to get on. So, and especially summertime, I have a lot more free time. And Ethan, I think, has more free time. I don't know, but it's a lot easier
I'll have a
to get
little
on.
more free time, yeah.
So it's pretty easy to get on, especially this summer. So anyways, as always, we have our 3 segments for the Third Hump. We'll start off with 3 questions that Ethan prepared, and then we'll do our Camel Quiz. And then lastly, we have a new thing here is a little bracket of, we have 1 to 8 seeds of different
Non-fatal injuries, I'm calling it.
non-fatal injury
They
bracket.
still hurt though.
Yes.
Trust
so-
me.
I see a lot of brackets going around online and stuff, and I figured we should do one. And with Ian, I feel like Ian has a great history of injuries that we'll
are
get into
always
later.
happening.
So I figured non-fatal injuries, we'll find the worst one of them.
Yep. So to kick it off, we'll start with our first question. Ethan, I'll allow you to ask the question aloud.
Okay. Off the top of my head. Fellas, if you could listen to only one song for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
Age-old question. Kind of a dumb question, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's a hard question.
Yeah.
Like I thought of one song, and I was like, yeah. And then another one came in my head. I was like, ah.
Yeah, I didn't put a whole lot of thought into this. I kind of just chose what's known to be the most popular song of all time. And it's a lengthier song. I wanted one that
I
would
think
kind
I
of
know
last.
where you're going with this.
What do you think I'm going to say?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
That is exactly what I'm
Yeah.
going with.
I
It's-
could not listen to that song every day.
I couldn't listen to any song every day, but I
It's-
just figured it's lengthier. It's kind of like 3 songs in one.
Yeah, it hits all the different angles of a song. It gets deep. It turns into rock. There's that weird part in the middle.
Yeah,
It's not a bad song, but it's not one I don't think I would choose.
I wouldn't choose that, but I'm not going to condemn that as an answer.
I didn't think about this very long. There's probably.
I thought you were going to go with like Hey Jude or something.
I thought about that,
yeah.
but no, it's just.
Na
yeah.
na na na.
All right, let's not get copyrighted.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul.
I think it's like
You're
15
good.
seconds you can have of a song.
I don't even know, but
I'll be singing mine.
Oh, come on.
I don't even know
You'll
mine
be so
right now,
off
I'll
key.
be
I probably
honest.
won't.
I'm still going between some. Ian, what are you going with?
All right. Honestly, this took me like 5 seconds to think of. This is a song. Every single car ride I have with my girlfriend, we put this song on. It's always a banger. Shout out Alana. It's "Can't Take My Eyes Off You" by Frankie Valli.
I love
yeah.
you, baby.
That song, no matter
Be
what
careful.
mood, no matter what mood you're in, that song just boosts your mood.
I like that. I
do
was
I know
not
that?
expecting that from you.
That's like I think a Coach Matt song right there.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think once in a while you hear him singing that.
When I hear
I'm
that
trying-
song, I think of Garrett's TikTok. When you see the Cosmic Brownies.
Yeah.
I need you, baby.
Yeah, I got that. That's right. I got that from Coach Matt. That's how I know that song.
That's a good song.
It's
I
a really
liked
good song.
I liked the Coneheads version, that's what the TikTok was. This is the Coneheads version.
Who are the Coneheads? Like the
It's
old
like,
guy?
Isn't that a TV show or?
I
think
don't
it was
know.
a TV show. I
Yeah.
never watched it.
I don't know, but that's the version I liked. But yeah, Coach Matt likes that song, so he would
Banger.
agree with that. Ethan, what the heck are you gonna say for a song? 'Cause I feel like I'm not gonna like it.
I don't even think you'll know this song. I want something relaxing, something to put me at ease. So I went between like Red Hot Chili Peppers. They've got some good ones. I could always go with Bob Marley. I'll
Yeah.
go outside the lines here. This is a song called "Sailing" by Christopher Cross. It
don't
is
even
just-
know what
it
that
is-
is.
I don't know if I've ever.
My
heard this song.
boys, it is such a relaxing song.
Way to just bring up a song we can't even talk
I know.
about.
Yeah.
It is the most relaxing song of all time. It can put you to sleep in the best way.
But let's say like you're out with friends, you can only play one song.
Oh
and that's all you can put on, a song nobody knows. Then everyone's just
Well,
like,
my
we're
other
never
options
giving this
people
kid the
wouldn't
odds
know.
again.
It was my other option was Could This Be Love by Bob Marley, and it was Snow by Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't know if you guys know that one.
Yeah.
If I heard it, probably, yeah.
Those are better options
This
than
is
the
a-
other one probably.
Nah, you listen to this song and just close your eyes and you will be sailing.
All right, if you say so.
Sailing takes me away.
All right, and then next question.
You're
No.
talking to your 12-year-old self. You can only say one thing to him, and then you disappear, and he goes on with his life. What is that one thing you're telling 12-year-old you?
You want me to answer it first again? I can answer it first. I have a very simple solution to this. I'm not telling myself anything. I'm leaving myself alone because I feel like that would throw off my
That
timeline.
doesn't affect your life, though. It just affects his life.
But it is my life. What do you mean?
Well,
Let's say you go to another universe, and it's 12-year-old
This
you.
is too deep. For me,
I answered it that it's going to affect how I am today.
yeah,
It
'cause that's
won't-
reality if that were to happen.
That's how
I thought it wouldn't affect me sitting in
Well,
this chair
you
right now, but it would
you can
affect
view
that
it-
kid
you
who's
can
on
view it
my
as you want.
projection.
I'm viewing it as it would affect me, and I don't want it to affect me, so I'm just leaving it alone.
Safe.
It's safe, but
Play the dangerous
it's
game.
also dangerous because I'm basically avoiding the question as an entirety.
Garrett's
But anyways,
playing it
Yeah.
safe. He is not messing with the timeline. Ian, what
I
about
am
you?
messing with the timeline. I'm telling my 12-year-old self to never spend a penny of birthday money or holiday money and save it. Because how many useless things have you bought with that money? If I go back to when I'm like the age 12 to like 15, I spent so much birthday money on video game currency that I think I'd be able to buy a house by
V-Bucks?
now. Not V-Bucks. Not V-Bucks. Actually, maybe like
2K.
$40 worth of V-Bucks. But 2K and Madden, I've spent way more money than I needed to. And if I would have saved all that money, I would have a lot of money.
That's
'Cause
a
think
noble
about it.
choice.
You're getting at least 100 to 200 each birthday and holiday. If you save that over time, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
For
12 years
multiple
ago,
years.
That's only 6 years. So
6 years. Let's say
I
you're
know.
getting
We're
money.
saving like $2,000 at most, which isn't bad.
That's
still that's
$2,000.
$2,000 that you didn't have to work a day in your life for.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know.
I feel like compiled over 6 years, 2,000 is.
Yeah, but you didn't have to work for
I
it.
still get.
It was
yeah, I
just
get
given
what
to
you're
I
you.
saying.
know my 13th birthday, I got a good bit of money because I guess you're a teenager. And one of my first purchases was customized KD7s. Like it was like $250, and I grew out of them in 6 months. It was just a waste of money. So it's a very smart option. Just
Birthday parties were like full out businesses back in the day. Because
Yeah.
one kid would just be racking up, like inviting like 20 kids over, and he was racking up all the money. And then April and May come where I have to go to like 6 parties, and I'm losing all the money out of my pocket.
Our whole friend group, we have like 3 birthdays in April. Actually, yeah, 3. Me, Ben, and Nate, I believe.
And then you got
And then
me and
you're-
Jared in May.
And Sean.
And Sean in May, yeah.
luckily we're past that time. I'm not getting any
Yeah.
birthday
Yeah.
cards anymore.
Although my birthday parties that I had at my house, those are some legendary times. The whole friend group
I was
there.
thinking about that the other day. Who had the best birthday parties? I remember yours because me and Sean had that historic 0-0 game of
Best
Madden.
game of Madden ever.
I don't know about
Probably the
best.
worst.
Yeah. I had the bounce house at my party for some
Yeah.
reason. Jared's was one of my favorite.
Jared's was fun,
Just
but
because
it
of kind of
rained.
how bad it was.
The fact that it rained,
it
and we
was
had-
a blast. I had a blast.
and I'm pretty sure I got bed bugs at that party. So
Yeah, that became a whole controversy, Jared.
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's your answer for this question, Ethan? Got to tell your 12-year-old self one thing.
I have a theory. I'm going to tell my 12-year-old self, never wear a hat.
Why?
Never wear a hat. I think wearing hats has some sort of effect on why I'm like half balding and have the bad
See,
hairline.
It's just genetics, I think.
What I would do with hats is I would put the hat on and I would like tuck my hair under the hat. It's the dumbest thing ever, but I would do it.
No, I have.
So I think that had some sort of effect on my hair.
I can relate to this one because
You
my
think-
hairline isn't great either right now. Remember talking about Justin Herbert's hair.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for. I put on one of those bands recently, and I was like, holy crap, my hairline's terrible. I don't know if I like this right now. And I've been wearing hats for, I don't know, 8 months.
I could just be an idiot, but I'm wishful thinking that it roots back to the hat here. So I'm hoping I can put my other younger self on a better path where he doesn't have to suffer.
That's an interesting theory. I can't say you're right, knowing your dad's hairline, but my dad has.
They say it's the mom's dad's though,
Yeah.
and my
Yeah, then
That's
all
Grandpa
what
mine,
it
Rudy
is.
had an okay hairline.
all mine are bald.
Mine is like
I think.
identical to my dad's though, so I don't know.
Hopefully that's.
I just wear my hair over my forehead. I don't have to worry about showing it.
I could have told my 12-year-old self
Let's-
to like
let's
not
see-
be fat or to choose something else for a job, but I'm happy with where I'm at right now, so
Let's see the hairline right now.
I wish I could say it stopped here.
Take off the headphones. Oh, yeah. Not mine's honestly probably not much worse.
Hairline
Oh
reveals.
my
Everyone's doing hairline reveals.
goodness. This is mine right now. Mine's like sideways.
I don't.
You guys both have this like action where it's like going back on the side more. I don't
They're
know. if
definitely
mine's-
not straight.
I don't know.
That's bad.
I always used to get clowned
You
for
got-
my forehead in
you've
the
got-
group, but
you've got the best
honestly,
out of us.
I've aged well.
Yeah.
I have
Mine's-
aged well. I still look 14.
I don't know what happens. I used to make fun of your guys' hairlines, and now mine's probably the worst. Or it's up there.
Mine is hard to beat.
I see other people's hair, and they have like an amazing hairline. I envy them because I don't know how it's possible.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. You got to live with a bad hairline. Unless I looked into actually like a few days ago. I keep getting these Instagram ads for Keeps. It's like it restores your hairline.
Well,
looked
I've seen
into
the
it.
surgeries and stuff.
Yeah, you can
but
get surgery.
that's cheating. I'm not getting hair surgery.
Yeah, but Keeps is just like you put something in your hair, and I don't know, but it's
Okay.
too expensive, and I'm not paying to fix.
I think
I'm
I,
not balding yet.
I think as a
so to
matter of
say.
time, it's just a countdown till I'm bald, and I'm not even 20 yet, so I can't go bald because that's way too early.
I truly think if I lose my hair, I would get a wig. I could not be bald.
I would rock. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll rock a wig, as long as it's not too noticeable.
Yeah,
I think a good wig.
a good wig. You never have to get your hair cut, so you never have
So that's
to pay
what
for
you
that.
would do. All
If
the
I went
birthday money
bald-
you saved up, the $2,000,
I'd
you
get
would
a
put it towards a wig.
$2,000 wig.
Okay, that's genius.
I know.
I should have done that.
I'm not wearing a wig, man. I would just wear a hat.
There's some good wigs out there.
There are some good wigs. You could rock any hairstyle you want.
Yeah,
Any hairstyle.
afro.
I feel like Pedro in Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, that is not a good wig.
I couldn't.
Never
I
seen the
don't know.
movie.
That's
What?
his favorite movie right there.
Never seen it.
I got like 8
It's
Napoleon
good.
Dynamite T-shirts.
I've
It's a
heard
great-
mixed feelings.
It's a good movie to watch with your girl, I'd say. Just sit back, have a good time.
It's a
I
good
don't know.
movie to
Put
watch
some-
with anybody.
Put some tater tots
the
in your
greatest-
pockets.
It's the greatest movie of all time. I mean, you got to go into it with low expectations, I guess. If I tell you it's the greatest movie of all time,
Yeah,
you're
that's
not
a big thing.
I've heard it's on
Yeah.
like the level of like Nacho Libre.
Well, it's the same director.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Now
I've
you
seen
know.
that. That's not a bad movie.
I've
That's-
never seen Nacho Libre.
Really?
I know of it.
I never saw it either.
But-
Oh.
It's pretty good.
Jack Black, we share the same birthday.
Jack Black is a goat. I think
I love
people
him.
need to realize that Jack Black is one of the greatest human beings of all time.
Greatest actors of all time, greatest musicians. He's in the debate, man.
He really is. He's done a lot for the
That
world.
was one of my answers for the if you could listen to any song forever. He has a song called Tribute. It's amazing. It's
I was waiting for you to say Peaches from the new Mario movie, but
Peaches. That's a good song.
it is. It's a banger.
All right, let's move on to our last question here. This is kind of not a filler question, but kind of a last minute question.
Yeah.
Ethan wanted to know what our best and worst pizza chains are. Or I guess our favorite and least favorite pizza chains.
Yeah.
I'm not a pizza chain person in general, so to pick a favorite, I went for more my favorite type of pizza at a chain restaurant. I went with the Papa John's Works pizza. 'Cause I don't really care for Papa John's in general,
Mm-mm.
but if you get the Papa John Works pizza. That's one of the best pizzas.
What is
out
the
there.
works pizza? Is that what Mr. White got?
Yeah,
That's just vegetables on a pizza? Or?
meat and vegetables, a bunch of
Oh.
different stuff.
They just put too much sauce on their pizza. Papa John's.
I'm not a big fan of their cheese pizza or any of that, but the works pizza, something about it. I mean, maybe it's because I can relate it to yearbook or, I don't know, just being in school and eating pizza, but.
I had a
I
meat
thought it
lovers
was
pizza
amazing.
recently, and it was too much. So
Meat
I'm-
lovers
I'm,
can
I'm
be too
stepping
much.
back from loading my pizzas.
2 toppings is enough for me.
I think I agree. I agree with you, man.
Unless you get like, no, yeah, never mind. 2 toppings
Yeah.
is it.
But I guess I'll go to my worst then. I don't have a deep hate for this place. To me, pizza chains they're all kind of in the middle for me. I don't
Yeah.
love them. I don't hate them. But for I guess my least favorite one I don't really go to is Pizza Hut. I don't know. To
I
me,
think
Pizza
that might
Hut's a
be
dying
someone's
brand.
favorite at the
Least
table.
favorite.
I think it's a dying brand. I don't know. I have a memory of like having stomach issues after eating Pizza Hut. So that's kind of where I go.
I've always wanted the feeling of going to Pizza Hut with the family and just having a blast because I associate Pizza Hut with bench warmers
I was
after
gonna
the
say
baseball game where
Yeah.
they all
Wait,
go and they're
that's-
having a party.
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was going to be like. My family drove up to this Pizza Hut and there were like boards on the windows and stuff. It was not in
Yeah,
a safe
Pizza Hut,
neighborhood.
15 years ago, it was one of the probably the greatest pizza places, but now it's just
Yeah.
not the same.
I never got to experience that though, and that's one of my biggest regrets in life.
I think there's only one right answer for the worst.
I
There's only one right
You-
answer for the worst chain pizza, and
I
that's,
know
that
probably
is
what you're
Little
gonna say.
Caesars. Little Caesars is literally cardboard.
It's
It's
if you're going-
cardboard.
if you're going purely on taste, but if I'm hungry for $6, I can get a full pie. It's not a terrible.
The
option.
pretzel pizza isn't bad from there. They have like a
I've
pretzel
never-
crust
I
pizza.
saw a commercial for that, but,
But,
I've never
like,
had it.
I have some thoughts on Little Caesars.
It's not good. It's just not good. It's not. It's not even pizza to me.
So are you saying Pizza Hut's your favorite then?
Pizza Hut, yes, is my favorite. It's always been what's at my house when we have people over.
It is
Actually,
And
nostalgic with the
there-
Meschter household.
The barbecue chicken pizza from there is legendary, and I know that you have liked it when you've been
I
over at
have,
my. It's
I
good.
have.
Wasn't that Domino's?
It's
though?
good. No, we always got Pizza Hut when we
Every
were at
chain
my
has a
house.
barbecue chicken pizza,
Yeah.
but there has never not been Pizza Hut at Ian's house.
Yeah.
I feel like it was Domino's.
No, I've always gotten Pizza Hut when we had the gang over.
Is there
I
like a
don't know.
moment in history where like you knew Pizza Hut was going to be the choice? 'Cause my family, they'll jump between spots,
Well,
but you are committed to.
yeah.
You're
If we
committed to the Hut, man.
we haven't gotten pizza at my house in a while.
Okay.
There's that Mama's place down the road. We'll get from there
That is
sometimes,
g-
but
that is good.
if we get pizza anymore, we don't go for chain. We'll go to like an actual like pizza
So
place.
you just haven't had friends over in a while, but
Yeah.
if you did, it'd probably be Pizza Hut.
Yep. Although it's pricey now. Pizzas are not cheap. If you're trying to feed a lot of people, pizzas are not cheap.
Yeah. Do you remember my house when we played the prank?
Oh
All the
my
empty
goodness.
pizza boxes?
I'll never forget that day.
You ate all the pizza.
I was so hyped for just
Were
one
you there
slice
for
of
that?
pizza.
What? You just took someone's pizza and they thought.
I don't even
No,
know how what
all
we
of
did,
the
but
pizza was gone. I got there and there was not one slice of pizza left.
I think Ian was sleeping and we had gotten the pizza.
Was I asleep? I thought I
And we
showed up late.
arranged it so that there were like 8 stacked pizza boxes and they were all empty. And we told him, "Oh, Ian, pizza's here."
It was
And
gone.
he opened the box.
That was in
and
my
it was
bald
empty.
era.
Yeah.
That was when I had the shaved head.
Good times.
Yeah.
You didn't say yours, right?
No, and I will say that Little Caesars is my favorite pizza.
Wow.
I was gonna say
Wow.
I know Ben's a big,
Yeah, Ben is a big Little Caesars
and I don't.
guy.
Again, I don't love any of these. I don't hate any of these. But Little Caesars, if you're the cheapest in anything, I give you respect just for being
Exactly,
affordable.
exactly.
But
And
it's
I think
not good.
the pepperoni pizza is so good.
I'm
I
not
don't-
a huge
Little
pepperoni
Caesars, their
fan, so-
pepperonis are so crispy. It's insane.
I'm
Like,
not
if you
a-
get a pepperoni pizza, it has to be
And-
crispy.
And they're
peps.
quick. It's hot and ready.
Yes,
It's
you
quick
can
and
walk
cheap.
in.
Yeah, it's been sitting there for 30 minutes.
It might
That's
not be
okay.
great.
No.
It tastes good.
No, it does not taste good.
Now I will say Domino's is my least favorite, just
Really?
because they've
I
gotten.
thought they're my second least favorite, probably.
It's just the crust is
Yeah.
like too oily and garlicky. They try to be fancy with like the seasoning on it and stuff, but it's just too
Mhm.
much for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I might be confused because I remember the barbecue chicken pizza at Ian's being really good, but I saw that as Domino's.
No, that was Pizza Hut.
So if that's Pizza Hut, I'll still have Pizza Hut as second worst, but then Domino's. Or no. Yeah. Yeah, Domino's would be the worst. Pizza Hut would be second worst.
Yeah.
Domino's
and
is
then
just
probably
too
Little
much.
Caesars. I don't know.
Respect to Domino's though for school when it was Domino Pizza
Yeah,
Day.
that was legendary.
That was all. You knew it was gonna be a good lunch.
Yeah.
Although it never quite tasted like Domino's. They did something different. I
Michelle Obama effect.
School
think. But
lunch.
how did they
Yeah.
change the pizzas?
Michelle Obama magic.
They dabbed them all
guess.
with napkins before
Yeah.
handing them out.
Probably.
Like that's
yeah.
kind of what it tasted like.
I can't. I don't have that great of memory of my childhood. That's impressive though that you can remember.
You don't remember the Domino's
Wow.
pizza lunches? I just saw it
Wow.
everywhere.
In
What?
elementary at Lorraine.
Like anywhere for school, like even the junior
Yeah.
high.
No.
Like you would have the normal cafeteria pizza, and then like maybe once a month it was Domino's pizza for lunch.
Yep. That was good.
Yeah.
It was always the standard cheese pizza, which was good. The stuffed crust, which I hated.
You don't like
I
stuff-
never liked stuffed crust pizza
Some
for
places
school lunch.
Yeah.
I like Pizza Hut stuffed crust.
Yeah.
And then
See,
there was
how
the
are you-
Domino's.
How are you not putting Pizza Hut higher if you've
It's
liked
just
it so much?
it's the crust itself. It's like too cakey and doughy for
well,
me.
yeah. Well, that depends because they have like a pan crust.
I like
which
that
is
Little
different.
Caesars.
It's thinner.
Nothing is incredible about it, but that's what makes it all so good. I can
There's
just
just
like
not a lot of flavor
I
to
can
it.
eat half a pie in like 5 minutes, and feel great about it.
Your taste buds don't feel great about it though.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. So you said your favorite and least favorite. If I'm
Yeah.
being completely
My
honest, I'm
favorite
not
is
listening.
my favorite's Little Caesars. My least favorite's Domino's. Yeah.
All right. There you have it. So let's move on. There are your questions, but I'm trying to get to our classic Camel Quiz. Easily my favorite segment
This
in
is
all
why
of
Ian
the Third
wanted
Hump.
to be on the episode, man. He wants to take that title.
one
I'm taking that title, Swaggy.
He's
the
listening
one-
right now.
I know he is.
Shaking in his boots.
The one segment I'm proud to be the creator of.
Yeah.
Original idea. I don't know anyone else. Breaking down their guests.
I kind of thought of it, and then you turned it into the Camel Quiz.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember. But anyways, we got four topics here. Ian has 30 seconds to give as many good points for each topic as possible. If he has a good point about that topic, he'll get a point. But if he says something dumb or that doesn't make sense, he will lose a point. So I'm the judge. If he has a good point or a bad point, I'll keep track. And after 2 minutes combined, 4 topics, I'll reveal his good points minus his bad points. That'll be his final score. I think Swaggy had 9.
9. I think
I
it
don't
was
know.
9. I think it was.
So he's got to get 9 valid points.
You need to get more than 2 good points per topic.
Yes, and this is a difficult. I think these are difficult 4 topics here. So not all.
You're
of
gonna
them are
read them
difficult.
off too.
Do you want to look at it, or do you know?
I'll read them off.
Actually, no. I
first.
need.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, this
So
is gonna be a
I'll
lot.
just sit back and relax for
Because
this.
I need to do the timer. Plus, I need to keep track of his.
I can look at the
Here,
clock
here,
on my
you-
phone.
Here, you take my computer and you.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Whole set goes down.
All right, a lot of wires.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, you. You want me to read the name and
You
then
read it, and once he starts talking, I'll start
Alright,
the
you say-
timer.
you say start and stop, and then when you say stop, I'll read the next one. So to start it off, who is the greatest of all time in the NBA?
Easily question. LeBron James. You know, he's been such a force for a lot of years. He's 38 and he's still averaging 33 points per game. He's made it to lots of finals. And I think people try to say Michael Jordan won every single time. But LeBron has been to the finals, and just getting to the finals is an accomplishment, and he's been to so many of them. And he's going
Okay.
for it right now. He's almost at the finals
5
again
seconds.
this year. He's carried
3,
lots of bad teams to the
2,
finals.
1. All right, Ian. Next one, Garrett.
How do you write a successful essay?
Well, you got to have an introduction to your essay.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have at least 3 body paragraphs, a conclusion. You have to have a thesis in your intro. It's always good to have someone look over your essay, proofread
Halfway
it.
there. He is crushing it. 10 seconds.
Look for errors while you're reading over it.
3,
Yeah, that's all I
2, 1.
All right,
Okay.
Ian. How is almond milk made?
got. Almond milk. Obviously, they need to milk a cow to get the milk.
I think an almond milk is vegan.
Don't talk.
That's right. Well, that's a bad point. I have no clue. I mean, they got to use almonds in it somewhere. There's got to be almonds in the milk somehow.
10 seconds.
I have
Whatever
no
your brain's
clue.
thinking of, get it out.
They put it in a refrigerator.
Dang. 1.
All right.
All right, last
All
one.
right, and lastly, why is there no gravity in space? Little to no gravity.
Well, science was definitely not my subject in school.
Yeah, these are tough. I'm tough.
I guess when you break the atmosphere,
Dang.
gravity
Halfway there.
disappears. And there isn't gravity past the atmosphere. And there's gravitational pull
5,
on all of the planets.
4,
so if you're not on
3,
a planet, then there's no gravity.
2, 1. What a strong finish.
All right, that concludes.
Thought I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson at the end.
That concludes our. Well, I guess not the entire segment, but there we have it. And the successful essay part. That's where you got the majority of your points. That was, I think, by far our biggest. Or most points that we've seen in one topic. That was a total of 6 good points and 0 bad points. The almond milk, you had 3 points that were bad that take away, though. But you did have 1 good point. I think you said they need to have almonds. I'm being generous giving you a point.
That is a
for
good
saying
point.
that. But, and then for gravity, I had 1 good point, 1 bad point. So that cancels out.
Yeah.
And then the NBA GOAT. If you did your research, you would have saw that I think MJ is the GOAT. And since I'm the judge,
No. You can't take a point off for my opinion.
well, as the judge, I can.
Wow.
Dang.
You had 4 positive points for why you think he's the GOAT because you did back it up with some stats. But then since I think MJ's the GOAT, and you said one of your reasons was because you don't see the point of MJ winning more as a good thing.
It's not a bad thing,
Or
but
compared to
people
what LeBron
try to
has.
say LeBron's losses in the finals are huge to the point of why he's not as good as Jordan. And I think just making it to the finals as much as he has is incredible.
It counts for something, but I would easily take Jordan's finals record or whatever than LeBron's. So I
He's
took a
winning
point
again
away.
this year too.
But you still gained.
I'd like to see that.
You still
I don't
gained.
even watch basketball.
You still gained for that for that topic. You gained for the essay. You lost for the almond, and you canceled out for gravity. So with that, you have 2 points for the goat thing, 6 for the essay, and -2, unfortunately, for the almond milk.
Wow.
So I have that as a final score of 6.
Dang.
Is that worse than
Really?
Kyle?
I think Kyle got 7.
So you had the most positive points, but unfortunately, you also had the most negative points. I try to be as honest as I can be. That's what I ended up with. Still
this,
a very.
This is rigged.
That's what I'm
Rigged?
saying. His
I'm-
personal opinions are.
Hey, if you
I
say
thought of the topics, to be fair.
I think I did a pretty good job. I'll go through. The viewers can go through and have their own judgment, but that is what I have. The almond milk one hurt you. 'cause
Yeah,
you
that
didn't-
one-
You didn't
that one was
know-
hard.
You didn't know how it was made, but you still tried. And
I thought you were going to say they milk an almond. I wanted you to say that.
I don't even. How do they make almond milk? That's
They just blend almonds in water. Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
I
That's
didn't know
why,
that this morning. And then I searched it. I was like, oh,
yeah.
But
that's easy.
I will say the most impressive, if I could give more value to a point, I would. And that was to the gravitational pull that planets have. That's a very
yeah,
good point.
that
with
came
this
out of
essay.
nowhere.
That
Dug
is
down
a very
deep.
valuable.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty smart, but unfortunately, smartness per whatever doesn't amount
I want
to
my 2
points.
points back from LeBron.
Yeah.
I think
That
Wait,
would
you
give.
took
That would.
off 2 points?
Yeah. That would give
I
me a.
took off 1 point for him
Okay.
saying LeBron was the GOAT, and I took off another one for his take on their final appearances.
Okay.
Which I think is pretty valid because I think I
That
think
gives me a
Jordan is
tie with
pretty good.
Swaggy if I don't get those taken off. Wait, no.
No, you
No,
would
I'd still be down 1.
Yeah, but that's what I have.
That's why
I
you
give
Pop Pop is
this.
still our champion.
Yeah.
I give this to all of our guests.
Let's
You can
go.
take that home.
Fridge.
I signed it. Put it on your fridge. And yeah, the count. We're supposed to. It's supposed to be a high pressure situation. We're not.
Yeah, that almond
we don't
milk
want
was high
people-
pressure.
Like, this is a pretty dumb podcast altogether, so we try and make our guests look as dumb as us, pretty much. So we give them questions that we can't answer.
The segment was originally meant for Sean. That's
Yeah.
to say how dumb of a
Oh
segment
yeah, that's
it
right.
is.
Yeah, that is how it started.
Yeah.
It was called Sean Explains Things or something
Yeah.
like that.
I think you'd have a lot of valid points, but a ton of negative.
Yeah, that's
If Sean
the
did
negative
this.
You would
points.
just
Really,
start saying anything that crosses.
that's
mind.
why Swaggy did so well. He took a while to say what he was gonna say, but I don't think I
Swaggy
took
said
off.
the good points and just stopped.
Yeah.
like 20
didn't-
seconds left.
He didn't force anything.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, from what we know so far, that's the correct approach. Because in a high pressure situation, you're trying to be quick. That's when you kind of explain things that
Yeah.
aren't,
Yep.
you don't know. Yeah. So it's one of my favorite segments. The guests don't like me too much if I give a bad grade, but it is.
You're calling
what it is.
Rigged.
But yeah, that's what we have. So we'll move on, hopefully, to something we can agree on more, and that is our
The non-fatal injuries bracket.
yes. So luckily we have 3 people here, so you have a 2-1
Tiebreaker.
Yeah, you have the tiebreaker. So to start off, I'll read off our 1 through 8 seeds. And as in typical bracket fashion, we have the 1 seed going against the 8 seed, 4 against 5, 2, 7, 3, 6. So to start off, our 1 seed, we have the nut shot, the most painful thing. Which I was actually going to say, who did you give this to for the seeding? Because we didn't create the seeds, unless you did.
I gave it to my dad.
Okay, so Andy Goletz, Ethan's dad, is the one who created the seeding for our 8 options. Nut shots are 1 seed. Back pain is our 2 seed. Heartbreak is our 3 seed. 4 seed is whiplash. 5 seed is a burn. 6 seed is a bee sting. 7 seed is stubbing your toe. And 8 seed is a paper cut. So to start off the bracket, we have our nut shot versus paper cut. I think this goes without discussion. You got to take the nut shot over a paper cut.
100%.
I will say the paper cut lingers long.
Well, no. The paper cut a day later can affect you a little bit.
Yeah.
But in that moment when you get hit in the nuts, there is nothing in the world worse than that.
I had a great an act of heroism when I got hit in the nuts. We were playing capture the flag in gym class, and instead of like bringing the flag over, you have to kick a ball over to your side. And so I was playing defense, and as they tried kicking the ball over for the win, I jumped right in front, and it hit me in the goodies, but I saved it for my team. And then I
Yeah.
just crumpled and laid on the ground for like 5 minutes. But
Yeah, I remember we were playing basketball one time. I went to save a ball. I threw it back in. Ben threw it. It hit my nuts, bounced off my nuts, and then he threw it back at me, and it hit me in the head. That was one of the most painful moments I've had in a while.
yeah.
And I know
Actually, no. There was a detrimental, more painful moment than that, and you guys
Oh,
definitely
really?
both know the beach trip.
Yeah. And Ian also had like a 3-day streak of getting hit in the nuts at one point.
Oh my goodness,
I
dude!
remember
That's
that.
3 days in a row.
I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember that. I remember.
If I
that
can find
video.
a clip, I'll play it maybe if I'm allowed to. But there's that as well. Very, very painful. But moving on, whoever wins this will face the nut shot. This is our 4 and 5 seed. We have the whiplash versus a burn. So it's just tough to judge
That is tough.
because burns can come at various degrees.
I don't get I've only gotten whiplash like 3 times too.
Yeah, I'm taking burn personally because I don't know much about whiplash, and I feel like a burn occurs a lot more.
Yeah.
Like I have scars from burns there. working at-
Whiplash can really mess you up, but
What? How do you get if you're in like a car accident? You
Car
get whiplash?
accident. Yeah.
like if the car jolts or
if
something.
you get hit
and
the
you
right
just-
way
your
playing
neck-
So,
tackle
like
football.
neck pain.
Yeah. Well, you wake up and you can't even turn your neck a little bit. It's just
Yeah.
pain.
I think based off of how often I'm getting these things,
Yeah.
relatability for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had whiplash. I've had neck pain where I couldn't turn it very
Yeah,
much, but
that's
not,
painful not being able to move your neck.
But I don't know if that's not really whiplash. That's
Burns,
just-
I was kind of only thinking of like burning on like a stove.
yeah.
But I got like hot grease poured on me like last week, and that was so painful. So I'm giving
Yeah,
it to
that's-
burn.
That's bad.
Oh.
I think it all. Yeah. Again, it depends on how you're looking at it as. I'm trying to relate these to me because obviously, if you take the worst whiplash or the worst burn, the burn might clear the list if you say like the worst burn possible. Like you're thrown in a fire. That's
Yeah.
probably
Well,
like one of the-
that would be fatal in this case.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I'm looking at it as how I relate to it. To me,
Okay.
that's working at Red Robin. and
Red
getting burned.
Lobster.
That's what came to mind for some reason. But we're gonna go.
Yeah, definitely
with
burn.
burn.
Because I remember I was at your house and there was a fire out back. And I don't know what was going through my mind. I don't think there was very much going through my mind at that moment. And I touched one of those bricks. Do you remember that?
I don't know if I do.
I touched and picked up one of the bricks surrounding the fire. And my hand was it was red and white and it hurt so bad. I'll never
because
forget that.
you go ah,
But
and then,
I
like,
picked it.
seconds later. That's when the pain really comes in.
I picked this up. This thing was in my hand for like 2 seconds, and then I realized this is really hot. I just dropped it instantly.
And I can't even let myself drink hot coffee anymore because I always burn my tongue.
Yeah, we didn't even
That-
talk about burning your
burning
tongue
your
and
tongue
the roof of your
hurts.
mouth,
That
burning
hurts.
happens probably the most on this list.
like from
Yeah.
tea
For
or
me.
pizza.
Yeah. So moving on, we have back pain versus
Burn's good.
stubbing your toe. Gotta go with back pain. I've
100%.
experienced back pain.
Yeah,
I'm pretty good right now, but back pain,
it's
it-
terrible. It affects you throughout your whole entire day.
Yeah, like both get me really angry. Like burns and nut shots, they don't get me angry.
No.
Back pains and like stubbing my toe, they get me furious.
Yeah,
Back
Stubbing-
pain just because I can't go about my life and stubbing my toes. Like how stupid.
I know.
What were you saying, Garrett?
I don't know, but yeah, for me, stubbing your toe, it's a very short pain. It's not your toe's not falling off. You're not in
Yeah,
pain
it-
for more than
No more than like 10 seconds.
well, a little longer than that, but definitely no longer than 5 minutes. Where back pain, that's literally depending on what your back pain comes from. That could be your entire life. That could be a couple months, a week.
yeah. During COVID, I had back pain for like a couple months, and I don't know what it came from, but for a long time, I couldn't even sleep right because of the back pain. It's so like fatal to your entire day. You can't move. It hurts to sit.
I know you guys have had a history of back pains a little bit.
Yeah.
There was that period of time where everyone was cracking each other's backs.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. I was never like that, but even just from work, I've had days ruined because of my back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the back is painful.
I do hate stubbing my toe, especially if you're moving fast.
All right, and then lastly, in our first round, we have heartbreak against bee stings. Everyone's looking at
I
me for this one.
can't even say
Heartbreak
'em.
can kind of be fatal in some cases. If you're depressed that bad,
Yeah.
that leads to some bad things.
I think the main thing to note here about heartbreak that can be in any relationship. That could be a friendship.
that
that
can
could
linger
be-
the longest
Yeah.
out of any injury.
It can. I'll go more in depth with that later. I'll talk about bee sting. I don't really get stung that much. I think I've been stung like once or twice in my life.
I've
and
never
I
been
don't-
stung by a bee.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
It's been
I've never been stung.
It's been a very long time since I've been stung, and I don't think it's too bad.
I've been stung 25 times.
Wow.
And 20
25 times.
You keep count?
20 came from last October. I was mowing my lawn and I think I ran over a bee's
Yep.
nest. That was painful.
If it's
I
more
ended
than
up
one
call-
bee sting,
I
I could
ended
imagine
up calling
that being
911
painful.
because
Yeah.
of that. Because I was walking my house, everything was dizzy. I ended up falling in the hallway, and I thought I was home alone. Turned out my mom was home, so I was like, "Bye 911, my mom's home." I just hung up on them, but I had to miss work the next
Yeah.
day, and even the day after that, I could hardly walk because my leg it was just so like tense.
So for you, because I'm seeing these as you're relating it to your life experience.
I haven't
For
really
you,
felt
it's gotta-
heartbroken at all.
Yeah, for
I'm a
you,
single
it's gotta
man.
be. For you, it's got to be bee sting. But you're already outvoted. But
I've
Are you-
never really experienced
guys
a
going
true
heartbreak?
I've never
Oh,
experienced
'cause
a true
we've-
heartbreak.
You've also never been stung by a bee.
But I've also never been stung by a
all right,
bee.
I mean, I can't I guess I can't write down which one yet. It's up to Ian's the tiebreaker right now.
I guess.
Do we have our? I mean, I guess Burn wasn't upset, but
Shots.
You could be allergic to bees for all we know.
I know my
That
dad
could be
is.
fatal.
I don't know if it's was that hereditary, but
Maybe.
I don't know. Hopefully it's
Heartbreak
not.
really lingers.
heartbreak
Though.
would.
That's
I
like
think-
the emotional back pain.
I think I'd have to take heartbreak just because of just the thought of breaking up with the girl I'm with right now.
Dang.
I'd have to go with heartbreak,
All right, there's our first round. We're gonna
but
move
that's
back.
never gonna happen.
Yeah, Alana and Ian for the win.
It's on recording, so if you do something now, it's gonna come down 10 times worse. But so don't do anything. Ian's girlfriend, don't even think about it.
Yeah,
And stay away from Ian Bees. He's untouched.
I know my record: 20
Yeah.
years, no bee stings.
That's crazy.
All right, so going back to our first half of the bracket, now we have our 1 seed versus our 5 seed. We have the Nut Shot versus the Burn.
Oh.
Wow.
First round wasn't too hard for me, but this is where it is tough.
I think Nutshot still has to slip through. I don't think it can get pulled out that early.
I've been burned bad, but
A bad nut shot, you feel like
you just
you
have
can't
to,
even explain it.
You just want to step out of life for that 5
Yeah.
minutes, or else you're just everything's gonna come out of your system.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, you guys feel like you have to take a crap when you get hit in the nuts, right?
Somewhat.
No. Okay.
Somewhat, yeah.
No.
I get kicked in. I get the nut shot, and then moments later, I just have that like stomach cramp urge
Yeah.
where I just need to sit, and do nothing for 10 minutes.
That's all you can think about for 10 minutes. Just the pain you're in.
And see, again, I'm relating these to my life experiences. I don't know if I've ever suffered a severe nut tap.
You're lucky. You're very
I've
lucky.
been in pain before with it, but I've never been at the point where I was like really, I don't know.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's really bad.
I feel like
But
I
so are
probably have balls of
burns.
steel, honestly. I've gotten hit there, and most of the time I'm like, yeah, I get hurt, but I can continue what I'm doing.
You
It's
know,
never.
It's a top 3 worst pain ever.
It's definitely
one-
painful. And
One's got to be pregnancy. Two's
you would know.
I would not know, but that's got to hurt.
Yeah,
That's what
I
they
was
say.
thinking about
Two,
that the other
I've
day.
heard
Thank goodness I'm
periods
not a
are
woman.
detrimental because they last a long time.
I hear those are kind of just like cramps.
They can be really bad though.
What? I'm not going into that.
And
Yeah.
then 3 is the nut shot. Plain and simple. It's actually I don't know because when I injured my ankle over the summer, I think that was worse than a nut shot.
Ladies, if you're out there, getting hit in the nuts is worse than being pregnant.
No. It is not.
No way.
I'm just joking.
No way.
We don't. Yeah, I have no views or opinions on
Pregnant
anything
women are the
woman-related.
superheroes of the world.
Yes,
You
sir.
guys are crazy.
There you go.
Thank
There
you
you
for
go.
what you do.
There you go. Much better, Ethan. But again, back on the subject of nutshot versus burn, I gotta relate it to what I know, and I'm gonna take burn to move on, just because burns occur to me more, and I think they restrict more of what I do. Like I can't drink
Have
hot
you-
coffee.
I keep forgetting
I have
about the
scars.
mouth burn.
The mouth burn's bad.
I
That's
have
bad.
scars.
That's
from
a fear that is
burns.
placed inside of you. You have like
Yeah.
a thermos of like hot cocoa, and you don't know when it's gonna hit your mouth. So
Yeah.
you're just like waiting. And then
Yeah.
it hits you like
That burns a lot more than people think.
You
Like
got
you don't
rug
think
burn?
about it, but
Indian burns
Indian burns.
from your uncle.
Oh,
when
yeah.
You're 5 years old.
There's a lot of burns.
There's a lot of burns.
Very common.
Heartburn.
Heartburn is
Heartburn.
bad.
Heartburn is bad.
Yeah.
I didn't believe
Ooh.
in heartburn at first. I thought it was just something a kid said to get out of running the mile
You can get roasted.
in elementary school. Yeah,
You get,
get
you get
roasted.
a verbal burn.
but this is the nut shot. Can the burn?
I'm still taking the burn.
I gotta take the
Just-
nut
it's just
shot.
more
I
common.
have to take the nut shot. It hurts. A burn hurts, but a nut shot hurts a lot.
It's up to Ethan here. Do we have a 5 seed, 1 seed upset, or does 1 seed move on?
This doesn't happen to me, but this goes out to my Panera coworker. She got burned. She got burned by hot soup. I'm not gonna name drop her. And she thought to fix it, she would dunk her hand in cold water, and that made it 10 times
yeah.
worse. And she was like screwed for months. I'm gonna give it to the burn.
Oh,
Wow.
A burn upset. Our 5 seed is moving
Hot,
on
hot soup
to
man.
the finals. And our 5 seed Burn is either going to face back pain or the Heartbreak, our 2 and 3
Jeez.
seeds.
I think that's an easy one.
What are you saying? Which one are you going?
I haven't really experienced
Easily.
either a lot.
Me and Ian obviously experienced back pain.
Bad. It's
Back
really
pain,
bad.
yeah. I'm going with back pain too. My main reason, outside of how bad back pain is, again, I keep saying this. I'm relating it to my experiences, and I'd say there's more good outcomes after any of my heartbreaks because I've learned a lot from
Yeah.
those experiences. So for me, I'm more thankful for that than I am against
Yeah.
it. So I'm not trying to come at anybody. That's just my reason for. I don't think heartbreaks. Now, if in Ian's situation, I don't want a heartbreak. That's probably one of the worst things to envision it for a future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going off my previous experiences with anybody, friends, family, whatever it could be. And for the most part, you learn from them more, you grow from them. And for back pain, you ain't getting any good benefits out of
No.
back pain.
Not one.
There's not a single good thing you can say about back pain. So for me, it's a pretty
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, I got to
taking
take back pain.
Your opinion doesn't even matter
Yeah,
anymore.
it's invalid.
But which one would you pick, just so it's on record?
I would have gone with back pain just because I really don't know the last time my heart was broken. Like, I can't even think of an example.
I'm trying to think. Who is screwed over Ethan Gold?
I'm not gonna.
There's
name
been
drop.
girls out there, but I haven't even made it to like.
I'm not
First
even.
base. Did you
I'm-
make it to the
I didn't
batter's
even-
box?
I didn't even swing at the pitch, man.
No.
I
Were you
didn't
in the
even s-
batter's box?
I was in the batter's
Okay,
box.
okay.
Yeah.
Were you even on the
He's-
bench?
He's not even in the dugout yet.
watching from
He's
the
he's still in the van with his mom
I had
on the way
I had
there.
the standing room tickets.
Oh man.
All right, but anyways, now we have our finals matchup. We have the Burn and we have back pain. Just initially
are they?
looking at this list, Burn is 5 seed, back pain is the 2 seed. Initially looking at this, I didn't really look at back pain as the clear winner, but now that I have the 5 and 2 seeds in the finals, for me, the back pain is kind of clearly the winner for the bracket. Now, Burns, again, if we're going by worst pains, which is not what this bracket is, the Burn is easily the worst pain if you take it to the highest point it can go.
Yeah.
Like if you break your back, that's nowhere compared to being in a fire.
But we're
that's
also
not-
talking about
Isn't
non-fatal.
paralysis
We're
called?
talking about
Uh,
non-fatal, so
Yeah.
it's like the
You gotta look at
lowest
the non-fatal.
level of the injury.
So, back pain, that is, for me, it was I had to wear a back brace. I was pretty immobile. I couldn't put much tension on it, or I couldn't lift with it. Still very painful. You're immobile. You can't do anything. You're in pain. The Burn, it hurts a lot, but it's in much smaller quantities, not as long of a pain. Jeez, I don't know what that was.
I think our producers dropped dead or something.
Luckily, no one can hear but us. Yeah, so for me, it's easily back pain.
I'll let Ian be the tiebreaker here because I'm gonna go with Burn.
Mm.
At first, I thought Burn was kind of like a fear, like I mentioned when you're drinking that hot cocoa
Yep.
from the thermos, you don't know when it's gonna hit you. But if you are like really excited for a meal, you're really excited to eat that soup, and you take the first bite and it just burns your mouth, and you know you need to wait for it to cool down, then I get frustrated and I get mad at the soup. I don't like that soup anymore. So now you're mixing fear with anger, and that does not end well. And this is just the mouth only. Like Garrett said, you've been burned by grease before. I've been burned by grease before.
Yep.
It's just a terrible feeling.
Yeah, the Burn, there's a lot more variety in what a burn can be. It's not like the back, obviously, that's just targeted to
Like
your back.
with back
Burn,
pain, yeah, it's bad, but that first night of sleep where the back pain's gone, that feels really good. Whereas
Yeah.
when a burn
That's
finally
how-
wears off, you don't really notice it. It's just, it's gone now.
That's
so I'm
how
taking
back pain works
I'm going to take burn here.
Because for me, in my experience, back pains are multiple months. There is no,
Yeah.
you go to bed and wake up and it's gone. It's
It
a very
lasts.
gradual improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not my back pain.
Yeah, when I pulled my back at baseball practice for impact, that was
I don't know about that.
bad.
For some reason, Andy getting hit by
I remember
Ryan
that.
Forsythe
That was
just
funny.
came in my head.
That was funny. I
That welt.
think it's a hard decision because when you get burned in the mouth, like you were saying with hot chocolate, that hurts a lot. I think just because of my experiences, though, I'd have to go with back pain just because I've seen how much it really does to the
That's-
daily day.
Yeah, man.
And Ian, our tiebreaker, ends the debates. We have our finalist, or our winner,
Champion.
our champion. Ain't no finalist
Yeah.
anymore. Back pain. That is the worst pain.
Congrats,
our
back
list.
pain. You stink.
I would like to give an honorary mention to one that did not make the list, and that is rolling the ankle.
Let's mention that. Ian.
Rolling the ankle. I have sprained my ankle from rolling it at least 6 to 7 times, I'd say. And over the summer when I rolled it, I tore the ligament completely and bruised a bone.
You thought you broke your foot.
I thought it was broken. That was the most pain I've ever been in my entire life. I was laying there on that basketball court for like 20 minutes because Nate had to go back.
15.
Nate,
Well, maybe 20.
Nate had to go back and get my car, pick me up in the car. Got carried off the court.
I witnessed you whimpering. You were not doing well.
Yeah. I don't cry a lot from injuries, but an ankle pain, rolling the ankle, and then you can't walk at all.
Yeah.
I was
you
in
got
that.
to roll around the boardwalk on the wheelchair.
That was fun.
That was
Yeah.
pretty
That was
cool.
fun.
A broken bone, or especially a torn ligament, that might be too fatal for this list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although back pain is definitely, or can be to that degree.
Yeah.
But we saw it as it was acceptable on this list of what's the list called again?
The non-fatal injuries.
Non-fatal. I don't know why
Yeah.
I can't comprehend that. But I guess back pain is called not fatal unless you break it or
It doesn't give you death, I'd say.
yeah, that's a wrap pretty much for our third episode of the Third Hump. So, Ian, thank you. You
Yes,
do have
sir.
Bible verse
I
to
do
share
have
before we
verse of
go
the
out.
day.
Yeah.
Normally on our regular episodes we do a verse of the day, but this is our first verse of the day for the Third Hump. So let's
Ian
hear
is
it.
a fellow man of faith.
Yes, sir. So I got Matthew 7:12. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father in heaven. I think that is so important because there's so many people who go day-to-day lives. They say they know Jesus. They say they believe in Jesus, but they don't live it out. And they expect to go to heaven. And unfortunately, that's not the truth. People need to live their lives and pick up their cross daily and follow the Lord.
Yeah.
Very well said. Yeah, read your Bible and yes, just you got whatever you read, it don't just read it and move on. You got to do what it's saying. So, very good stuff. Thank you, Ian. Thank you for joining us on
Yes,
our
sir.
third
Thanks
episode
for
of the
coming,
Third
Ian
Hump.
Meschter.
Also, I do make the intro and outro beat. If anyone is
Yes,
trying
I was
to
gonna
make
say that.
music, if anyone is trying to make music, this summer I'm bringing back the beats.
Oh,
We've seen the beats this guy's made. I've seen him freestyle myself. Ian is musically talented.
Yeah, I was gonna say in my intro that you made our beat. I forgot to mention that. So good thing you said that. Our beat, the sound you put to our podcast, that is Ian's beat. So
Yes, sir.
it's pretty awesome. And yeah, anything else you want to say before we end it here? Putting you on the
Stay
spot.
safe.
Yeah.
Enjoy life. Spend time with your family and laugh.
Very good, very good. Well,
Live,
everyone,
laugh, love.
thank you for getting to this point, listening to the entire episode. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in about a week. God bless.